welcome to the very first edition of Dead After Dark. I'm very, very excited about doing this because this is something I've wanted to do for a while since I started the show. So, for my first review, I'm going to be doing Season 7, Episode 5, entitled Go Getters. But before that, I'm going to give a little introduction about who I am, how long I've been watching the show for, etc. So, my name's Lucy. I've been watching this show since about the start of Season 5. And of course I watched everything before that and caught up and watched all, like, I've had to watch the whole thing through about 12 times, not even kidding. So start with talking about Maggie and the baby. So before I filmed this, before I'm in the middle of filming this, I filmed another episode review of episode 4. Unfortunately that didn't end up going on my channel because it was out of date, there was quite a lot of mistakes. So I just decided I'm just going to start with this one. You know, clean slate. So, I said that I thought Maggie had lost the baby. I predicted that Maggie had lost the baby because medically, someone who was in that state overnight would not have survived. The baby would not have survived. So, I wrote that Maggie didn't lose the baby because she didn't, which I think is a little bit sloppy because I really thought that medically she should have, which it's sad that if she would have lost the baby, it just would have been sad, but, you know. So it ended up being a disconnected placenta. So the baby's okay. Maggie and Sasha are currently at Hilltop with Jesus and Gregory and all the other people. Now we'll talk about the Saviour sending the car in with the speaker in it. So that was, for me, that was all for them sending them a message. And simply just saying, like, it doesn't matter if we're on good terms, it doesn't matter if we're going to be nice, it doesn't matter if we take stuff from you. So next up I wrote that Gregory was going to give Sasha and Maggie up, risking the lives of everyone at Hilltop. But it wasn't just a dig at everyone at Hilltop, it was a dig at everyone at Alexandria. Because as we saw in the last episode, Father Gabriel and Rick both told Negan that Maggie had died due to the state she was in on episode 1. Where she was just ill, she was pale, she was sweating, she was just in a very bad way. So, if Negan and the Saviour sort of find out that Maggie was alive, Rick and Father Gabriel had lied to Negan, making everything a lot worse, more people would have to die. Next up I wrote, which is my favourite bit in the whole show, and I'm really, really excited about it, that Carl and Enid finally kiss. It's finally happened, everyone, finally happened. Carl and Enid finally kiss. They confirm the kind of vibes they've been giving the audience about their kind of interest with each other, their relationship, whether they're just friends or whether they're in that place, the friend zone, you know. So what was cute about it was, though, that they had this whole dynamic going on where it was really sad, and it was kind of every communication that Carl and Enid had was kind of bad. It was like, first it was about Ron, and then it was everything else on top of that. So now that they've finally had a good scene when they're laughing, we see them happy because Carl finds her roller skates. I mean, you wouldn't think that would happen in the post-apocalyptic world, that they find a pair of roller skates and think, screw it, let's just go roller skating, and not even worry about the fact that there's people currently stalking us and having taken half of our stuff, including our guns, burning our mattresses. But whatever, I thought it was really, really cute, and I really hope that they play it out right. They don't just get them in a relationship and then that's it. We don't hear much of them. Like, I want to have a kind of non-linear storyline with them, and it'll be good. So I also wrote that Carl and Jesus put the rest of the group at risk when hijacking the Saviour's van and making their way into the sanctuary. I think it's really stupid of Carl that he's now doing this. He is thinking, I'm going to take it all on. I'm going to take on 100 plus people. They've never done that before. Fair enough, Carl took on like a few walkers on his own when he was younger, but this is so much different. Like, Negan is being played up to be this really horrible character, and now Carl is going in on his own, do whatever he wants, but he's also got the help of Jesus. Now, from what we know of Jesus is kind of like a cool, he'll protect what he has to protect. And the fact that when Jesus just smirks at him, he doesn't tell him to go, he doesn't say, let me do this on my own, I've got this. He just smirks at him as he's pouring the scotch out the back of the van, which I think is just really cool, because the scotch thing was just a dig at the Saviours and Gregory, because it's like, well, if you're all going to be cowards, then you're all going to take our stuff, and it's all going, like, tough, you know. So yeah, overall in the episode nothing much really happened, but it kind of did. You know, apparently the rates for the show were the lowest since season 3. So it's been quite sad, but I kind of agree with the fact that they're low, because there wasn't really much going on. There was kind of just, I think it was like a filler episode really, like season 2 in my opinion was a filler season, just a season where we get to meet a few more characters, have some character development, and that's it. So next up, I've taken some questions from the Talking Dead comment section on Instagram, and it's only 4 questions, and the first question is, what do you think Negan will do if he finds out Maggie's alive? I think more people will die. I think not Maggie, not Father Gabriel, and not Rick will die. It'll be someone else, and then they can live with the consequences, like Darrell's living with the consequences of being responsible for Glenn's death. So the next question is, do you think the group will ever get Darrell back? Personally, I think they will, but I think they'll have to work for it. I think very much that Darrell is a bribe in Negan's games that he's playing. Like, if they work hard enough, if they just follow Negan's rules, stay in line, then eventually they'll get Darrell back. I mean, they almost did last episode, in episode 4, when Rick was like, can we have Darrell back? And he was like, no, like, you'll have to work for it. Like. Third question is, who is worse, the governor or Negan? I think 100% Negan, because in the show, in the comics, I think the governor was a bad guy. Like, I think he was awful. I mean, obviously, he raped Michonne, he did awful things to Michonne. And in the comics, he's done so many awful things, like he took Rick's hand. The governor is very much like Negan in the show, because he's very, very manipulative, but I think in the show he was definitely watered down. And at that point, producers wanted to make the audience think the governor is as worse as it could get. But I knew all along that they were going to bring Negan in eventually. Negan was going to make an appearance. Negan was going to rock the audience. He was just going to ruffle feathers more than anybody else ever has. So the final question is, will Hilltop, the Kingdom, and Alexandria join forces against the Saviors? I think that's what they're setting up to happen, because, I mean, right now we have Morgan and possibly Carol. I don't know if Carol's going to stay in contact with them, but we have Morgan at the Kingdom. We'll have Darrell, you know, with the Saviors, so he can kind of be an inside man. We'll have everybody else left at Alexandria, and we'll have Maggie and Sasha at Hilltop, and Jesus, and all of them. And I think eventually they'll think, if we all team up, then we have a chance of defeating everyone. They're going to have a meeting, everyone's going to meet up, and it's just going to be, it's not going to end in confrontation. It's going to end in just it all being good, it all being good and well. So, but that's what happens in the comics. They're all, you know, spoilers and all, but they all join forces, and then they all, you know, take Negan hostage, and they've got him captive now and whatever. Thank you all for watching Dead After Dark. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe, and I'm really excited to start with this new project, so I really hope you guys are really excited about hearing my views on things and other people's views as well. It isn't just going to be me. I'm going to have friends on the show, possibly even lecturers and all sorts. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Woo! First episode done. Thanks guys.
That's it.